The World Until Yesterday, What Can We Learn from Traditional Societies? By Jared Diamond is an insightful exploration of the lessons we can learn from traditional societies and how their ways of life may hold valuable insights for modern-day living. Diamond, a renowned scientist and author, delves into the practices, customs, and cultures of various indigenous and pre-industrial societies to understand the contrasts between these traditional ways of life and the modern world. The book is a reflection on the diversity of human cultures and a call to reconsider certain aspects of modernity that may not be as beneficial as we think. The book is divided into a series of essays, each focused on a specific area of life in traditional societies. Diamond examines a wide array of topics, including child rearing, conflict resolution, diet, medicine, and social relationships. He compares and contrasts the practices of traditional societies with those of industrialized nations, offering readers a unique perspective on how different ways of life shape human well-being. One of the central themes of The World Until Yesterday is the idea that traditional societies are not inherently primitive or lesser than modern civilizations. In fact, Diamond argues, these societies have often found solutions to problems that modern societies struggle with. They have developed systems that are highly adapted to their environments, and their practices are often more sustainable and holistic than those in industrialized countries. He emphasizes that there are valuable lessons to be learned from these societies that could improve the lives of people living in the modern world. A significant portion of the book is dedicated to exploring how traditional societies deal with childhood and child rearing. Diamond points out that in many traditional cultures, children are treated as part of a larger community and are often raised with extended family members, rather than just the nuclear family. This communal approach to child rearing fosters a strong sense of connection and responsibility among children, and provides them with a wider range of role models. Diamond contrasts this with the more isolated, often individualized approach to parenting in modern society, which can lead to higher levels of stress and anxiety for both children and parents. Another important aspect of traditional societies that Diamond explores is their approach to conflict and violence. He examines how various groups, from the Inuit to the Yanomami, handle disputes and how they manage to maintain peace without resorting to the highly formalized legal systems of modern countries. Diamond explains that many traditional societies employ systems of mediation and restitution, which focus on reconciliation rather than punishment. In contrast, modern legal systems are often punitive and can exacerbate cycles of violence, leading to higher rates of incarceration and societal division. The book also addresses the role of medicine and health in traditional societies. Diamond highlights the fact that traditional healing practices, while not always scientifically advanced, often provide effective treatments for common ailments in the absence of modern healthcare. In many cases, traditional medicine is integrated with cultural practices, rituals, and social structures, providing not only physical healing but also psychological and spiritual support. Diamond contrasts this with the modern medical system, which, despite its technological advancements, can sometimes be impersonal, fragmented, and focused on treating symptoms rather than promoting overall well-being. Diet and nutrition are other key areas in which Diamond contrasts traditional and modern societies. He discusses the diverse diets of traditional societies, noting that many of these groups have adapted their eating habits to their environments in ways that are often more sustainable and health-promoting than modern Western diets. For example, traditional diets tend to be more varied, with a greater emphasis on locally sourced, unprocessed foods. Diamond also discusses the impact of industrial agriculture and the global food system on health, noting how the rise of processed foods, sugar, and fats in modern diets has contributed to a variety of chronic diseases. Diamond also examines the concept of aging in traditional societies, where elderly people are often valued and respected as sources of wisdom and experience. In contrast, modern societies tend to marginalize the elderly, often placing them in nursing homes and disconnecting them from the family unit. Traditional societies provide a model for more integrated and respectful approaches to aging, where older people remain active participants in community life and are treated as integral members of society. In addition to these practical aspects of life, The World Until Yesterday also reflects on the deeper philosophical questions raised by the study of traditional societies. Diamond invites readers to consider how modernity, with all of its advancements and conveniences, has led to unintended consequences, such as social alienation, environmental degradation, and the erosion of traditional cultures. He suggests that by examining the ways in which traditional societies have dealt with problems like aging, conflict, and community life, modern societies can find new solutions to some of the most pressing issues they face today. The book also touches on the role of religion and spirituality in traditional societies. Diamond observes that, in many indigenous cultures, religion is not just a matter of personal belief but is deeply embedded in social and cultural life. Religious rituals and beliefs help to strengthen community bonds, provide a sense of meaning and purpose, and offer a framework for dealing with life's challenges. In contrast, many modern societies have become increasingly secular, and this loss of religious and spiritual connection can lead to feelings of isolation and a lack of meaning in life. Diamond goes on to explore the relationships between traditional societies and the natural world. He notes that indigenous groups often have a deep respect for nature and view themselves as part of a larger ecological system. Their practices, such as sustainable hunting, fishing, and farming, are often in harmony with the environment and ensure the long-term survival of resources. In contrast, modern industrial societies have tended to exploit natural resources for short-term gain, often leading to environmental destruction and the depletion of resources. The book also highlights the importance of social structures and community life in traditional societies. Diamond emphasizes the strength of bonds in small, close-knit communities, where individuals are connected to one another in meaningful ways. These communities often have strong social networks that provide emotional support, foster cooperation, and ensure that no one is left behind. In contrast, modern societies, particularly in urban settings, often suffer from social fragmentation, with people living isolated lives and struggling to form meaningful connections. Diamond also explores how traditional societies tend to have a different attitude toward risk. In many indigenous cultures, risk is viewed as a normal part of life, and individuals are taught to face challenges with resilience and patience. Traditional societies often prioritize collective well-being over individual gain, and their social systems are designed to ensure that everyone has access to resources and support. This contrasts with modern societies, which can be more focused on individual success and competition, leading to greater inequality and social tension. Throughout the book, Diamond presents his findings with humility, acknowledging that traditional societies are not perfect and that modern societies have many advantages. He does not advocate for a complete return to traditional ways of life but encourages readers to consider what lessons can be learned from the past. Diamond's goal is to broaden our perspective and encourage a deeper understanding of the diversity of human experience, as well as to inspire reflection on how we can create a more sustainable and compassionate future. In the conclusion of The World Until Yesterday, Diamond calls for a re-evaluation of what it means to live a good life. He suggests that while modern society has brought many advancements, it has also led to a number of negative consequences, including environmental degradation, social isolation, and a decline in community life. By studying traditional societies, we can gain valuable insights into how to address these challenges and build a more connected and sustainable world. Diamond's message is ultimately one of hope and possibility, urging readers to look to the past in order to improve the future. The World Until Yesterday is an engaging and thought-provoking examination of human cultures and an exploration of the lessons we can learn from societies that have lived in harmony with their environment and each other for centuries. Through his detailed comparisons, Diamond invites us to think critically about the choices we make in our modern lives and to consider how we might create a more compassionate and sustainable world by learning from the past.